All right, so let's start looking at how we classify bacteria. One of the major ways that we classify them is through what is known as a Gram stain. So a Gram stain is a technique for classifying major groups of bacteria based upon their cell wall structure. When we look at this picture, you're seeing these dark purple ones and then these pink cells here, and those are the two different Gram stains there. So if we go to this picture here, this is showing us why we see purple and we see pink with these guys. So if we have a thick peptidoglycan layer on that cell wall, that thing's going to be Gram positive and it's going to look purple. All right. If we have a thin peptidoglycan layer, is what we see here, we're going to be Gram negative, which is pink. So positive is purple, negative is pink. So the Gram negatives, they don't retain that stain very well, and so they have this outer covering of lipids, proteins, and polysaccharides, and so that retains the counter stain called safranin. Many of these Gram negative are toxic cells. Okay, so another way that we name them is through their shape. Now there are three major shapes. There's more shapes than these three, but these are the three major shapes. So this one is shown cocci. Cocci are spherically shaped cells, so look like little balls. All right, next is bacilli. These are rod-shaped cells. And then lastly is spirilla. So these are spiral-shaped cells. So those are the three main. Once again, there's more shapes than that. Those are the three main types. Another way we can classify them is by the arrangement of these cells. So staphylo is where cells are in pairs, tetrads, which are groups of 4, or grape-like clusters. So we see grape-like clusters here. So this is staphylo. And then strepto, which is what we see here, here cells are arranged in chains. And oftentimes, like the cell shape and its arrangement are used in naming. So there's like staphylococcus, there's streptococcus, and so on. Okay? So another way we can classify these bacteria is by their energy source. So one group are called autotrophs. So autotroph is an organism that produces its own energy from inorganic sources. And there are two types of autotrophs, so right up here. So the first type are called photoautotrophs. This is an organism that can harness sunlight for energy and uses carbon from carbon dioxide. So that's typically what we think of with photosynthetic organisms, so plants and algae, and there's photosynthetic bacteria as well. Next are chemoautotrophs. This is an organism that harvests energy from inorganic chemicals and uses carbon from carbon dioxide. So these are chemoautotrophs there. A lot of these guys break down hydrogen sulfide. They're typically found at the bottom of the oceans and stuff like this. Next are heterotrophs. Heterotrophs is an organism that obtains energy from other organisms. Oh, forgot to break these things down. Auto means self, troph means to feed. So autotroph, self-feeding. Heterotroph, other feeding. Hetero means other. So photo means light, by the way. So we have photoheterotrophs here. Photoheterotrophs is an organism that obtains energy from sunlight, but the carbon atoms from organic sources. Okay, so from organic substances. So here it's not getting its carbon dioxide it's not getting carbon from carbon dioxide. It's getting from already pre-made organic molecules. Next are chemoheterotrophs, and this is an organism that obtains both energy and carbon atoms from organic substances. So the little guys that are feeding off of you or the food in your mouth, those are chemoautotrophs.